Applying trust to the IoT no longer consists in designing or conceiving individual models. It's important to develop a pool of security models that could cover the whole infrastructure of IoT, going from the IT part until the physical part, such as the devices themselves. The services of our IoT laboratory were developed by design in order to empower this creation. We actually develop and review our product and solution from A to Z, going from the chip, which is the minimal part of an IoT device, until the cloud, and any other component that could intervene in the IoT ecosystem.
If you listen to the news lately, you realize that there are more and more cyber attacks. Now, these kinds of attacks are not limited to organizations or traditional computers. We also see them more and more in connected devices, where a ransomware attack could, for example, encrypt configuration files of a device. And if you think of healthcare devices like an insulin pump, for example, its configuration file is encrypted. The device is no longer configurable. You can begin to imagine the impact it could have on the life of the patient. Basically, in cybersecurity, we say that zero risk is non-existent. You can never have zero risk. However, you can take deliberate steps to ensure that risks are mitigated in your device. So, taking the example of the insulin pump I mentioned earlier, a lot of times it's because these devices contain vulnerabilities that were not mitigated at the beginning, and that is why you have a ransomware that is able to exploit these vulnerabilities to cause unwanted harm to the patient. Our laboratory activities helps us to provide services to be able to test such devices and be able to detect vulnerabilities before they get into the market. But even more importantly, our services would not just provide to you a technical document that will be difficult to read and understand, but we will also accompany you to really understand what this document is trying to say. And this will really go a long way to help the business line to understand what is going on and to be able to know what kinds of risks they are willing to take on and what risks they are interested in avoiding in the implementation of a device. Our lab evaluations aim to provide a robust security evaluation in the device's operating environment. It is not strange to find in our lab, for example, where we conduct tests on the hardware level, and so you will see us conducting tests on ports and interfaces like JTAG, UART, SPI. On the communication level, we conduct tests on Wi-Fi, Zigbee, LoRa, etc. The ultimate goal here basically is to ensure that we do not spend much time than is necessary in conducting these tests, but also to conduct the test in the most robust way possible. And some tests that I would say are the most frequently carried out in the lab would include vulnerability scanning, robustness testing, data access. We try to see if we can access data on the device or to alter configurations on the device. To summarize, Red Alert Labs accompanies our clients to guarantee the adequate level of security and also, in addition, to develop adequate action plans at the shortest time possible, at the right cost, in order to be able to meet the market needs and regulatory requirements. you.